For a long time, I thought ice baths were just a macho ritual, a test of endurance with no real purpose beyond appearing tough. It was something I saw in movies and documentaries about extreme athletes, but I dismissed it as more theatrical than scientific. Alchemist Fitness Channel. Then I started looking at the data. I dove into studies on neuroscience, exercise physiology, and molecular biology. And what I found completely changed my mind. Cold isn't a trick. It's not a fad. It's a switch, an incredibly powerful body switch, one that changes your brain chemistry, your nerve response, and your mental state, all at the same time. It's a purposeful action that speaks to our body in an ancient language. When you lower your body temperature in a controlled way, your body releases a huge wave of norepinephrine from a small but powerful area in your brainstem called the locus coeruleus. This is your brain's center for being awake and paying attention. That spike in norepinephrine sharpens your focus to an almost surgical level. But it doesn't come alone. It also triggers a steady and slow release of dopamine, the brain chemical for motivation and reward. Unlike other things that cause a quick spike and then a crash, cold raises dopamine in a way that can last for hours, making your mood better in a stable way. And at the same time, this chain reaction of brain chemicals acts like a strong, built-in, body-wide anti-inflammatory, calming your body's response to physical stress. But the magic doesn't stop in the brain. In your muscles, cold causes your body to make a special group of proteins, sometimes called cold shock proteins. Two of the most studied are RBM3 and SARP. These proteins have a very important job. In the stressful environment of cold, they travel to the center of your cells and help keep RNA stable, which are the messenger molecules that carry the instructions to build and repair everything in your body. By doing this, they protect cells from stress-caused damage, and very importantly, they speed up the repair of tissues damaged by intense exercise. Think of them as a tiny elite pit crew, working faster and more efficiently under the pressure of the cold to get you back on track as soon as possible. And then there's shivering. When you shiver, it's not a sign of weakness. It's an incredibly smart body response. Shivering is the fast, automatic tightening of muscles, a way to use muscle groups to make heat. This process also increases the heat production of brown fat, a special type of fat tissue that is active in metabolism and burns energy to make heat instead of storing it. But most importantly, shivering builds a direct nerve connection between your prefrontal cortex, your executive command center, and the basic feeling of discomfort. Every shiver you consciously handle, without panicking, is your nervous system learning a vital lesson. I can feel intense discomfort. I can feel this stress, and I can stay here, in control. That skill directly carries over to other parts of life. In high-intensity workouts, during heavy lifts, in the last miles of a race, your brain remembers this calm learned in the cold and brings it back under pressure. It teaches you to separate stress from a panic reaction. But there's more. In your blood vessels, cold causes strong vasoconstriction, which means it makes your blood vessels in your outer body get smaller. This helps reduce swelling and fluid buildup after tough workouts by limiting the flow of fluids into damaged tissue. With regular practice, it can reduce long-term body-wide inflammation and reset your stress responses, moving your body's balance towards being tougher. It's not about making you numb to stress, but about teaching your body to ride the physical wave without your mind panicking. So, how do I use it, and how can you start? The key is safe progress. For beginners, you don't need an ice bath. Start with cold showers at the end of your normal shower. Turn the faucet to cold for 30 seconds. Focus on long, controlled breaths out. Do this 2 or 3 times a week. The goal is to get used to the feeling. When you're ready for immersion, the intermediate level is where you see the biggest benefits. Aim for a total of 11 minutes of cold exposure per week, broken into 2 to 5 minute sessions. The water should be cold, between 50 and 59 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 to 15 degrees Celsius. Cold enough to be uncomfortable, but not dangerously freezing. During the immersion, your breathing is your anchor. Breathe steadily and in a controlled way, with soft eyes and relaxed shoulders away from your ears. Don't fight the cold, accept it. Get out of the water while you still feel in control, not when you're shivering uncontrollably. Then, warm up slowly. Avoid the urge to jump into a hot shower right away. Let your body restart its own heat production. Now, a crucial safety note. Cold exposure is a powerful tool, but it's not for everyone. If you have heart problems, uncontrolled high blood pressure, Raynaud's disease, nerve problems, are pregnant, or have open wounds, you should avoid it or talk to your doctor. This is educational information, not medical advice. Safety always comes first. As for timing, when matters. If your main goal is maximum muscle growth, the evidence suggests it's best to keep cold away from the immediate time after your workout. The quick inflammation after lifting weights is a signal for growth. Cold can lessen that signal. On those days, save the immersion for several hours later, or for a rest day. I use it strategically after peak performance days, or when my nervous system feels overwhelmed, to speed up recovery and reset my mental state. It's not an everyday tool, but a precise action. Finally, let's clear up a myth. You don't need to shiver violently for it to work. In fact, as you get used to it, your shivering will change. The goal isn't suffering, but controlled adaptation. The bottom line is this: purposeful cold exposure isn't just for physical recovery. It's a practice. It's a simple, repeatable plan that trains both your body and mind to face stress with precision and calm instead of an automatic panic reaction. So I invite you to try it. Get in. Feel the initial shock, that moment of doubt, and then, through your breath, feel the switch activate. That's resilience, built on demand. Subscribe to Alchemist Fitness for more videos.